Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games. Here we have James with Dredge at Home, a Zombie Infestation Brew, versus Tom on Stasis. Now, Stasis typically locks people out of the game completely, keeping them tapped down and unable to find a way to win, wrapping things up with damage from Black Vice as their hand just fills up. But Dredge at Home has a lot of, what would you say, dyssynergy with that strategy. Like, it really has outs. I mean, Zombie Infestation can keep your hand empty for Black Vice, and cards can come back from the graveyard repeatedly, making it a lot harder to actually totally lock out this type of resilient graveyard strategy. We see a Careful Study. I'm going to draw two, and I think I see a splash of red. There we go, squeeze. So Careful Study, essentially draw two, discard one, as that squeeze is going to come right back to hand for future discarding. With another Careful Study, this one gets hit with a hard cast, Daze. Oh, punished. Oh, my feels. He had the Underground River, could have played it, been able to pay the one for Daze. That is graphic. We also have a Black Vice coming down. Black Vice, yeah, just going to be absolutely terrible here. And Impulsing. Oh, using the Forsaken City. That's super rough. I would have rather kept that Black Vice in hand. Let me know your thoughts on that. Feel like tapping that Forsaken City is super punishing. And got a Daze that's been used on the Zombie Infestation, clearing the way for a Stasis. So James is totally tapped out thanks to that previous Daze. Zombie Infestation making the 2/2 zombies, and he's going to be able to keep doing that. He's got a squee in hand and discarded, so each card he draws, he'll be able to just keep making zombies. James's clock actually faster than, well, I mean, Black Vice is actually doing 0 damage because he's got like no cards. And all right, so there we go. James actually has to scoop it up there. That Stasis not able to contain that Zombie Infestation. Didn't come together. Really needed a Howling Mine or something to pull ahead, but Zombie Infestation would have just made such good use of those extra cards. So that was really bad. Zombie Infestation, a terrifying card here for Stasis. It's going to nullify his win condition. Black Vice also getting around Stasis itself. So that is a must-stop card. Even if you destroy it while it's on the battlefield, they still potentially get a whole bunch of damage in the form of those 2/2 bodies. Stasis more likely to counter it and allow it to hit and then handle it otherwise. I believe he's looking at mono blue. So Forsaken City does allow you to potentially splash somewhat easily. Actually like blue-white in Stasis, though I haven't put any serious thought into a Premodern Stasis build. Played it a lot in Old School, where, I mean, I'm not going to lie, that does ruin some people's day in Old School. Premodern has a very different kind of feel and vibe to it. I do love the attitude with Premodern, people wanting to play in a tournament setting. Really awesome. We actually have a Dan Open scheduled in July. Going to make it an Old School Open. But I think Old School as a tournament, I haven't quite cracked for the store. We've had some good turnouts, but it's been sporadic. Not everybody really looking for a tournament experience when it comes to old school. Some people would rather just kind of play just for funsies. Whereas pre-modern, it is about getting out there, having some fun with awesome old cards, and playing for some prizes. Love to see it. Right, so Tom will have the play. Island go. I think we got Mirage Island. Ball therapy. It's a rude one. And we see Chain of Vapor, Annul, Howling Mine, Gush. So no Stasis, presumably what was named. Null is online, though anybody can allow the flashback for Cabal Therapy. Careful Study finds an Arcane Denial. He's going to be fine with that. Careful Study got turned into a draw 2 instead of draw 2, discard 2. Stasis, along with Forsaken City, that Tom is just going to keep on untapping. Forsaken City, not actually queued up here. We've got a Howling Mine. All right, so Cabal Therapy, already seen. Yeah, Forsaken City would have been a good one to have for you guys. I'll explain it at the beginning of your upkeep. And it doesn't untap unless you exile a card. You know what? I'll get the card for you guys. All right, there we go. Forsaken City. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can remove a card in your hand from the game. If you do, you untap Forsaken City. It doesn't untap as normal. You know, with Stasis, nothing untaps as normal. So can essentially just always use his card for turn to untap, pay the upkeep on Stasis. Got a Zombie Infestation. You have a Daze, paying the 1. Did he not have the Annul from earlier? Interesting. All right, so he's going to try and get some extra value out of his Chain of Vapor here, bouncing. And now a Black Vice. Ashen Ghoul is in the graveyard. James may be able to just get to the point where he can discard a few creatures on top of this Ashen Ghoul. I suppose that's not super exciting. Two zombie has done a little bit of damage. It's still a body to flashback Cabal Therapy if James has the ability to break out of the situation. Got a breakthrough. And Tom is super low on cards. Chain of Vapor also very good at bouncing your own Stasis, allowing you to untap all of the islands that you've accumulated. Has his lock, has his win condition. James just has the board to play around for the most part. Tom's not going to have a ton of counter magic, maybe one counter spell to consider. Wart, Daze. Another Forsaken City comes down. Locked out for now, but not taking damage. This is the type of magic Tom showed up looking to play. Sleeve up Stasis, you are hoping for just super drawn out slogs. And now we've got Icarid coming back. That card is not being cast. It's actually a triggered ability, not an activated ability. At the beginning of your upkeep. At quite a nerdy card as far as Magic rules go. It looks like a activated ability. It's actually a triggered ability with an intervening if, one of my favorite things in Magic. If means the condition has to be true in order to trigger, and then true on resolution. And the graveyard getting pretty big. Tom would not mind like a Tormod script. Icarid coming back. I mean, 5 more times of Icarid coming back. Now 4 more. And it's also a little dangerous with Cabal Therapy. If Tom gets down to 1 card in hand, James could potentially take 2 cracks at his hand with Cabal Therapy. Very scary. He would not be able to pay the upkeep. All right, 6 more damage comes across. Icarid just coming back again and again. What an absolute horror. From the grave. Just a nightmare matchup for Stasis. Needs to find something like a Gush would be really good. Get some extra cards in hand. Oh, just like that, on cue. Gets a Gush, draws some, refills the hand. He's got some options for what to exile. Down to 3. James out of black creatures, though. Discard step, not super attractive. Let's see if he's got 2 black vices. That would be way too much damage. Be like 20 damage to draw up to maximum hand size and discard. That is not an option. James going to just have to get another black creature into the graveyard. Careful study, breakthrough, casting a creature. Damage starting to accumulate on James's side. Unable to discard, locked out under the stasis is exactly what Tom's been looking for. Just has to hold on a little bit. Cabal Therapy. Oh, and that's going to do it. Tom thwarts the Cabal Therapy. Doesn't really matter what James was going to name. He's able to sacrifice the Ashen Ghoul to get back the Icarid on the next turn. Tom needs like a Tormod's Crypt right now. Otherwise, yeah, there's 2 Icarids in here. He needs the Graveyard Hate. Counter spells will not stop this from coming back. It shows up and does the final 3 points of damage. Well played, guys. We're going to be doing Premodern every month, and it is awesome to see this community growing.